Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So for this weekend, my friends and I are actually up in Boone, North Carolina, which is a town kind of northwest of Charlotte. It's up in the mountains. It's really beautiful, as you can see. And so we're spending the weekend here. So I thought I'd try to get some photography done while I was up here. So for this weekend, I really wanted to use my Hasselblad 500cm and try to shoot some film, but I didn't know really what to expect from the weather. The forecast kept changing almost every day that I checked. So I figured we could try something a little bit different today. So I've actually got a couple rolls of expired Lomography 120 film that I've never shot before. I've never used this film stock, so I'm interested to see how that turns out. And depending on how the weather shifts, I've also got the digital back for the 907X that I can attach onto the 500cm. So right now it's sunny, it's really nice out, so I think the color film is going to be great. It's 100 ISO, and as you can see, the sun's coming out even more. And if the weather turns, if it starts to get rainy or anything like that, I've got the digital back, so maybe some black and white could be interesting. But it's a really beautiful area. We're up here in the mountains, so I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what we can get for the weekend. At this point, we're really just kind of playing it by ear. There's no set plans for anything, so we'll just kind of see how things go.
As a quick note here, all the photos that you'll see from this trip were shot on the Hasselblad 500cm. The only difference is that some of it was shot with the Lomography 100 film, and some of it was shot with the digital back from the 907X. So I've got the two different shutter sounds in here just to kind of indicate it if it wasn't abundantly clear from the photos themselves. But for this trip, nothing was done on the X2D, everything was just done on the 500cm body with either the film or the digital back. Also, this was one of our friends for the weekend. His name is Horatio Jaboni. I hope you enjoy his presence throughout this video.
So just out on a little walk around the neighborhood. It's a really beautiful area out here. Never really spent much time here. We're actually kind of in between Boone and Blowing Rock. Some of you may know that a hurricane recently came in and devastated a lot of western North Carolina, so we weren't even sure if we were going to be able to make it up here. Thankfully we were. And it's kind of nice to try to be here to hopefully support some of the local economy since this is kind of peak tourism season for them. But yeah, just going to be wandering out the 500cm, seeing what kind of photos we can get. Again, I've got that expired Lomography film in there, so I don't really know what to expect from it. Obviously, it'll be a surprise for me once I finally get these developed. You probably know if these turned out or not, but again, we also have the digital back just in case. I also brought up my drone here. I haven't really done much with the drone. I had it for, I don't know, a little over a year and a half now, and I don't feel like I've used it much. Really never used it for any videos yet. So I'm hoping to get some really beautiful aerial footage here as well. I don't really want to do a lot of drone photography, but certainly some of the videos I think will be beautiful. So I'm sure you'll be seeing those in this video too. So I found this tiny little trail kind of off the main road from where we were at, and it's really cute. I can't wait to kind of go down and explore it more, but it's so peaceful and quiet out here, so this is really lovely. I'm hoping I can get some nice shots down here. I don't really know, again, what to expect. I'm just kind of wandering around, but this was a really nice kind of surprise to stumble across this. I'm really enjoying this hike. It's beautiful out here. I feel like I'm such a sucker for moss on trees and rocks today though, so I feel like a lot of my photos are probably going to be that. It's been fun though, obviously trying out a new film stock. I have no idea what to expect, so I'm kind of trying to do some different lighting conditions. Some things in shadow, some things with some direct sunlight, obviously different colors, just to see how it reacts. I don't know what kind of color profile this has. I've done no research on this film whatsoever prior to shooting it. But it's been nice too to be able to swap on and off the digital back when I want. Lets me kind of be a little bit more creative and compose the scene and try some things out, see if they work, rather than with the film just kind of hoping that it works. I've already been out for a little bit, so I don't want to go too much further. Get back to the house and join up again with my friends, so probably just go a little bit further, see what other kind of shots we can get, take a break, and then head back.
I'm sure you've noticed this already, but man, this film had such a green cast to it. I'm not sure if this was the result of the film being expired or if I messed something up in scanning, but even trying to edit these photos, I couldn't really get that green out of it the way that I wanted to. So pretty much all of my film photos for this weekend either have a very green or much cooler cast than what I typically like. So I'll be honest, I'm not really happy with a lot of the film shots that I got. Overall, I think using the digital back on the 500cm yielded much better results for me. Having that modularity with the 500cm system, being able to swap on the film back or the digital back was really great. I mean, you can see here how easy it is. So after that last film shot, when I finished up the roll of film that I had, rather than needing to worry about taking a break or getting out a different camera, I just swapped on the digital back and kept shooting.
Well, that was really lovely. I love sitting down by rivers. There's something very therapeutic about it, isn't there? Anyway, I was able to finish off the first roll of film that I had. Got two more. I don't know if I'm going to shoot all of it this trip or not. But again, I love the versatility of being able to take off the film back and swap to digital whenever I want to, since I was able to get some shots with the digital back that I just wouldn't have gotten with the film one. So, time to head back to the cabin. Unfortunately, pretty much the entire hike is uphill, so I'm going to be very tired, but this is great. I'm really glad I was able to get out a little bit on my own today and hopefully get some interesting shots.
And now, please indulge me while I show off some of the incredible scenery in this area of North Carolina with some shots that I got from my drone from the weekend. The next day we woke up and we all wanted to get out and enjoy the nature of the area. So we drove out to this really beautiful park that had a waterfall that one of my friends had recommended. And honestly, we didn't really stay here as long as I would have hoped. We kind of basically just did the hike, got to the waterfall, stayed there for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then headed out. So I had to kind of scramble to get the shots that I did. I've spoken before about one of the advantages to doing these trips on your own is having the time, being able to slow down, go at your own pace, really line up the shots that you want to get. Obviously with a bigger group, I had to be cognizant that I wasn't holding up the entire group from getting on with the rest of the day, so some of these felt a little bit rushed. And like I said earlier in this video, there was still that weird green-blue tone that I was getting in the film shots that I'm just not really happy with. Again, because this was expired film, I'm not going to go so far as to say that I would never shoot Lomography 100 again. This was just my first experience with it, and I would love to try it out again with something that's maybe not expired. But overall, I'm very confident in saying that the digital work that I did from this weekend was far more successful than the film shots. Once we got back for the night though, we hung out in the hot tub for a little bit, watched The Mummy, which is an absolute classic, and just enjoyed our final night in the cabin that we had. The next day we had to pack up and head out from our rental, so we went, got some coffee, I stopped off and got a few last shots, and then it was home. Thank you again for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all in the next one.